Hiya folks, it's Kikoskia here with a completely different video to normal. It's one of those super serious videos, folks, where I talk and there's no game. Because I have things I frankly need to discuss with all of you about the channel, and about my content, and about all manner of things. First off, though, I want to start by thanking everybody who supports my channel. Whether you pledge to me on Patreon, sub to me on Twitch, or lurk quietly in the background of my YouTube videos and Twitch streams and just enjoy what I make. You make what I do possible. I couldn't do what I do without you. And I wouldn't want to do what I do without you. And I seriously mean that. I absolutely 110% mean that. You are the reason that my channel exists, and I want nothing more than to make content for all of you that you enjoy. Whether it's content about super old games from my childhood, or streams of things I've never played that you want me to experience, and everything in between. My channel is about entertaining you all, and I hope it continues to do that for many years to come. That being said, there are things I do need to discuss about my channel and about the future of my content creation. I know I don't often talk about things behind the scenes or private things. I'm a very private individual. But there are things I need to touch on that are important, now more than ever for me. My YouTube content is one of three facets of my income. There is my YouTube ad revenue, there is Twitch and the revenue from that, with bits and subs and direct donations that come from that, and then there is Patreon, that's part YouTube, part Twitch, and part its own thing. Those three things combine together to make my income, and I am managing. I'm not struggling, I'm definitely not thriving, but I'm managing, and that is fantastic in and of itself. There are few people out there that can be in the position that I'm in, and I'm very grateful that I am able to do what I do. That being said, there has over a good number of years, 5, 6 years, but more tellingly over the last 2 or 3 years, been a shift in where the majority of that income is, and where YouTube, when I started doing this full time, was the only source of revenue that I had. It has now shifted to be the smallest of the revenues. Ad revenue on YouTube is not great in general, and YouTube content of mine in general. Over the years, there has been a downward trend of views and subscriber gain, and part of that is just time. Part of that is doubtless me not adapting to trends of presenting content and doing things that increase retention and increase interaction with YouTube as a platform for the algorithm. I know that is the case, but part of it is stuff that I believe I can do better. And I want to do better. I want to do better so that I can make better content for you, that I can make more content for all of you. I don't want it to be the situation where YouTube ends up becoming a thing that I am forced to dedicate less time to because it ends up not being something that I can justify. And that sounds really bad. I know it does. But the reality is, for me, there are expenses that everybody has, and me and my partner are looking into buying a house. And that is a big spend, a big investment, an investment in the future. Over decades, many decades. My partner earns more money than I do, by quite a margin, and she is quite happy with that because my job allows me to do other things that she otherwise wouldn't be able to. Like, I am able to sort things out around the house and take care of all the background things that she unfortunately does not have time for because her job is very time intensive. But I'm very mindful of the fact that my career is one where incomes can fluctuate, and has been fluctuating, especially with YouTube and ad revenue, and who knows what's going to happen with ads considering recent developments. Long story short, the fact of the matter is I want to ensure that I can continue to pay my way in the house when it eventually surfaces, and everything else. I want to be able to continue to support what I do. And looking at the analytics, which is something I do keep track of, and looking at income and finances, I need to do something to ensure that happens. Something, or many things, need to change. The only question is what, and how many, and by how much, and that is where I become undone, because it is the age-old adage of give the people what they want. Also, what do they want? I have no idea. And there are so many different wants from so many different people, and I don't know how to go forward in a way that improves things. I also don't know if anything that I do will even have an effect. There is definitely the chance that I can make all manner of changes and it has little to no impact, and it ends up not being worth it. But such is the way when you're self-employed and you're in a industry such as mine. There is always risk. There is absolutely always risk, and it may not go the way I want it to. That is just how it might be, but I've got to try. I have to try. I want to try and continue to make this work. Not just work, but grow and expand and become more than what it is, and so I can give more to you than I do. I can give more of what you want. And I do work a lot on what I do. The advantage of being self-employed is that, in the manner that I am anyway, that I can set my own schedule. And I do. And it's a pretty intensive schedule. There's only Sunday that I don't work in any capacity. And like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is recording. And then you have Monday, Wednesday, Friday evenings that are streaming, and Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday afternoons are streaming, and then you have all of the background stuff like editing and video compression and test recordings and test streams. And this is not even including the writing that is also going on, because that is the extra avenue of work and income that I also have, which is my novel, which I'm working on writing the third one, and Cav is working on editing the second one. As a note, Cav continuing to be not only absolutely amazing and fantastically supportive and awesome in helping my channel be what it is. It would not be even a glimmer of what it is without him, but also being an absolutely wonderful and supportive friend. A fantastic friend that I can never ever begin to express my gratitude to. Not even with a billion sesame seeds could I begin to express that gratitude. And after saying that, I don't even know where to go on from there. But I have to go on anyway, because life goes on, ever it does. And so I sit here with you listening and ask, what can I do to give you more of what you want and to make the channel grow and make all my content grow? And what can I ask that you do to support me? I don't know. Like, I have ideas. I have a few ideas, like some of them are very basic, like standardizing thumbnails. Because standardizing thumbnails would go a long way to, making a more recognizable image for the thumbnails. And I'm sure I can, with some work, find a way to make that be a thing that I do. I have been engaging a little bit with doing, like, at the beginning of a video, the call to action, as it is called, of like, commenting, and subscribing. I don't want to do it for every single video, and I know I could put it at the end, but I also know that quite a few viewers don't watch the very end of a video. They'll hear me wrapping up and they'll stop, or they'll switch to my next video, and they won't watch till the end. And that is just something that analytics has shown me. So I don't know how often to do that or where to put it, but it's something I do want to do going forward. Sponsorships and like deals is always something that will get mentioned whenever I do this, but I have not yet had anyone approach me with one of those that I would want to do, because I would want to do something like that for a product that I use, or a game that I play and enjoy, and that has not happened. If it ever happens, as unlikely that it is that someone does approach me with something that I use, or a game that I would play, or do play, then I go from there and see how it is. But that's not really an avenue that I could consider as a reliable method of doing anything. Merchandise is something that gets suggested periodically. The problem I have with merchandise is the same problem that I have with thinking about how to move forward, and that is I have no idea what the merchandise would be. Because the nature of my channel and my content, there is a lot of stuff that you think is quintessentially me, but it's based around IPs and everything else that I could not make merchandise for. There is the Kikoskia icon and a few other things, but I need to think about how to do it, what to make, where to host it, and the costs that are involved in doing so, the costs of commissioning pieces of art for the creation of merchandise, and if that would be a net positive, because it might not be. That is another risk, that I could spend a lot of money up front commissioning art and other things and for merchandise, and then the merchandise does not pay for even that. This could happen. But again, that's a risk, and it's a thing I need to consider, and a thing I need to ask, and I need your opinion on. Content-wise, I've been thinking about that a lot, and throwing around various ideas in my head, and I think a way to start moving forward is to hand the decision of what content to do, what games to cover, over to my community. I've thought about having Sunday go from being a general replay slot to being a Patreon community voted slot, where people who pledge to me on Patreon, I don't know to what level, I haven't even thought about anything like that, get to vote on what game goes in that slot. As a note, regardless of who votes for it, all of these things will be available for everyone. I am not considering content that is locked off or gated away based on money or anything like that. Like, the Patreon voted game would be put up just like everything else, publicly available, no link that only they can check. I want the content to be for everyone. In the same vein, I was thinking that one of the 2 Let's Plays that goes up during the week could be one voted for by the general community, with everyone voting for it. How these votes would go, I don't know. It would probably be a curated selection of games that either people have expressed interest in, or that I think would be good, or a mixture of the two. I don't know, but it's something to consider going forward. There's a lot of unknowns and a lot of things for me to work out, but it's stuff I want to work out, and I want you all to be involved in it. And this isn't just limited to YouTube either. Why not have it on Twitch? Why not have it so that there's a community voted slot in my Twitch streams, where one of the games is done by a poll and we play that? Or what if it's a game that has multiplayer capability? I can't guarantee that it would be with people in voice chat with me, but I could absolutely have it so that it's something that is big and collaborative and lots of people. I don't know. I'm throwing out ideas like someone throwing out a life preserver to some llamas that are drowning in the ocean of stars that is the universe, and I don't know who will grab what or why they're grabbing it, or I just don't know. I want to make my content better. I want my channel to grow. I want people to like it. I have to as well, but I don't know how. There are ways currently in existence to support me, like liking and commenting and subscribing on videos and passing them over to your friends and watching stuff you haven't watched, and on Twitch, subbing. If you have a Twitch Prime sub, that's something that can be used, and all the other avenues there, and Patreon. The more people that support on Patreon, regardless of the amount, helps so much to make my content possible. No matter how much it is, it makes it possible. It makes it that much easier. Knowing that I have a stable amount of money that will always come in, come what may, is brilliant. Because being self-employed, all the content is made by me, and when I'm not making content, whether it's that I'm ill or I'm taking time off to rest and recuperate from just working all the time, if I'm not working, nothing's coming in. Like, there's no sick pay, there's no holiday pay. If I don't work, nothing happens, and money doesn't happen. To have this week where I'm not recording anything, apart from this video, but that's the side, I had to double record last week. 3 days I recorded 18 videos, 6 videos a day, edited 6 videos a day, uploaded 6 videos a day. I crammed everything in because that way I could have today and the rest of the week be a week where I didn't record, because there are things I need to do, and it's the week of my birthday, and I wanted to try and have it as recording free as possible. And I'm still streaming. I'm still streaming despite that, because the streams have to go on, and the algorithm severely punishes not making content, having breaks. If you have breaks on YouTube of uploading, the algorithm goes, well, they're not making anything, whoop, and then it's just gone. Not that my things are being pushed very much anyway, but to understand the algorithm is to understand the secrets of the cosmos, and if I knew all the secrets of that, I wouldn't be in this situation, and even if I did, I probably wouldn't know how to deal with it. But that is the algorithm, and that is an entire separate can of worms that I do not possess. Right now, my situation is, as I said, I am managing, but I want to grow, and I want to be in a situation that if this house purchase ends up becoming a thing, I don't have to worry as much about money as I do. Because I do worry about money. It's a gnawing background thing. I look at the analytics, I look at things like that, and I worry. And it's natural to worry, especially when I'm not the only person that my income depends on. And I want to do the best I can, not just for my job, but also for you, so that you get the best content I can make. But I don't know how to do that. And I don't want to destroy what I have created over nearly 16 years in the vain pursuit of chasing trends and doing stuff that isn't my channel. Eradicate all I have made for what would not be tangible gains. I don't want to tear apart my accomplishments to try and build something else out of the tattered remnants of what was, because it will never be as good, and it will not last as long. There is a solid foundation here. There is 10,000 plus videos. There is nearly 16 years of stuff, but I want to keep building higher. But I don't know what bricks to use, and I only have one pair of hands. I need help. And I don't know what kind of help I need, and I don't know where to get it from, save from you. And I don't know what form it will take, and I don't know how to do it. That is me being me, rambling. I'm good at rambling. So yes, I've suggested ideas. Please suggest other ideas in the comments that you have. I would love to hear them. I'd love to hear your honest thoughts, and I'd just love to hear from you. Because you are the people I make my stuff for, and without you, this channel is nothing. Without you, Twitch is nothing. Without you, my book is nothing. You are the reason my stuff exists. I make it, but you're the one that makes it. And so, probably not the most cheery video that you ever thought there would be, but there we go. It is a video, and you have watched it. And when we come back, folks, content will continue as normal. What changes will be made depends on what's suggested and what I decide to do. And I hope it will be good. For both you and me. I really hope it will. In this time of uncertainty, what I'm seeking most of all is a bit of stability. And I hope I can find it. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. See? Snuck it in! I snuck it in! Smooth. Wasn't smooth at all, but I did it anyway. Later.